All right, hello, and welcome to week 3 of the TBD college football podcast with your host, Newbeck, and I've got Dugan here on the line. Dugan, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was long. Just got back from Boston. About 6 hours ago. So we're pushing forward right now. Trying to make it.
Not a whole lot of sleep.
No.
That's fine. That's
Not
fine.
a whole lot of sleep. Maybe some PEDs. I don't know. We'll see.
I saw you were on TV.
We were on TV for a while. Yeah.
That's cool.
Celebrities. We must have had a kid next to me in 9th grade math class texted me "Oh my God, dude, you're on TV." It was we were getting texts from the most ridiculous. It was like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with us. People just trying to contact us and saying, "Oh my God," and then people calling us complete idiots at the same time. It was awesome.
If I can remember, you were the only Boston fan in your group.
I was, yeah, and it was kind of funny because we were sitting on top of the Green Monster with a green railing behind our back with a navy blue building behind, and I wore a green shirt and a navy blue hat, and you just couldn't see me. I was like camouflage.
You did blend in very well.
Yeah, and it was so funny. People were sending me pictures of the group saying, "Where are you?" And I would have to triple touch the picture and make it big, and it would be a distorted, blended in face. I had to pick it out. It's funny. But no, all in all, great time, great atmosphere, great city. If you haven't been, I highly suggest you go. And the weather this time is 65 with zero humidity. Amazing. Amazing for sweaters like me.
I was about to say, that's Dugan weather right
That
now.
is, oh my goodness, it was awesome. I didn't sweat once. It was awesome. my kind of time.
Well, I had a much different experience.
You were at the bachelor party.
I was at a bachelor party, and it was an experience.
How is the bachelor party that is not in a city, or how is, because you were out in the Outer Banks, I assume it was what it was it's what's advertised. 12 dudes hanging out with 12 dudes.
Pretty much. I mean, so we got down. We're taking up a lot of time, but
hey,
we got fans.
We got to talk to our fans a little bit.
So they pick me up. We drive down there. It's just the 5 of us, and we get down there. Played a lot of N64 Mario Tennis, and then was going great. We were out in the golf course. I shit it up pretty well. And then came back, and Corny and Dutton were there, and things just went downhill real quick.
Those are 2 big catalysts.
Yeah. Corny just went straight for the liquor, and his night got real interesting real quick. Was blackout drunk on the beach trying to play imaginary football, but he was the center and he was trying to move a defensive line. And he's just going up to Matt's brother-in-law, who's an ex-college wide receiver, really good, and was like, your coach, you call him, you tell him I got 3 years of eligibility, baby. And
God, that's so corny. And I can't laugh because I would probably say the same exact thing.
Oh, yeah. So Corny was hopped up on his rum and then proceeded to fight, sort of pseudo-fight. No punches were thrown, but it was a scuffle between me and Dutton, where he popped his shoulder out for the 25th time. And then we went back and we were sitting there playing Jagged Edge for Kindle, and I played Return of the Mac, which of course is Dutton's favorite song, and Dutton went to a very dark place and started throwing a lot of things. And
not par for the course.
Yeah, he turned it up real fast. But all in all, it was a good weekend. Charlie was in bed for like 24 hours straight one night just because he just got too tore out of the frame. But
final part in this is Corny's party trick should definitely be pop his shoulder out and pop it back in place.
yeah, oh man,
He should be that.
he's pretty good.
Moving forward,
Yes,
had a pretty good college football weekend. It was, I mean, the games were stinkers, but you could find some value out there.
hey, I'm back to 500, which is nice. Went 3-2, so that's not bad.
Back on the horse, yeah. We had some cool games. Like I said, Bristol, the game of Bristol, Battle of Bristol, I should say, with the Tech Tennessee. That was a tale of two completely different halves. Tech made Tennessee look like Tennessee against App State, and then I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, that was a beatdown. It didn't. Maybe in the first half didn't look like it, but I was blown away how good Tennessee was as advertised going into the season. They were 24-45. Tech was leading at the first quarter, but after that they just put a hurting on them.
Yeah, that was they remembered that they were Virginia Tech and they're not playing in Blacksburg on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
If I was whoever their coach is now, is a Fuente, some Hispanic name, I would write the NCAA and allow me to play all my games on Thursday night in Blacksburg.
Like I said last week during the podcast, it was really cool to watch it on TV. I'm not going to talk about the game really because it was just not that great, but it looked really cool during the national anthem and just pan out view of all the people. But man, if you were sitting in the corner, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, you're just paying for a ticket at that point.
You are just paying for a ticket. I didn't understand that portion of it to pay that much money. But again, pretty big following there in Blacksburg and in Tennessee, and obviously expectations being high in Tennessee. You want to, it's kind of like the Winter Classic. It's just a regular. Yeah. It's just a regular season game.
You just go, yeah. But that's that was cool. So we both had Tennessee and the points, which was. Oh no, Brad had Tech. Brad, did you have Tech?
I think so.
Oh, I messed up then, Brad. You're not back to 500.
Damn it!
My bad. You should have lied to me.
I should have.
So yeah, that's why you audit your work. Right? I did that here, but not actually at work, which is funny. So Brad was on the losing side. I was going to say that was one of the few that we had together now, but we both had Utah, and Utah just couldn't cover. They were ended up winning by one in the old holy war out there, and just couldn't get it. I actually didn't watch this game. I'll be honest with you, I was at a birthday party on Saturday night, and I was
at a family barbecue.
Yeah, I was gone by this point on Saturday night, so missed that one. Luckily, caught a lot of the Tennessee game, which was just cool, and then Florida just emasculated Kentucky. Jesus.
I didn't think there would be much of a Florida team this year, but I mean, it's Kentucky. Ugh.
But I mean, that's ridiculous that you can pull out that team that got scored 42 on you. It's 42-0, 45-7. Jesus Mary, that's just. It's not how you draw it up in the clubhouse, really. a lot of. Oh man.
Yeah, well, and then you got your old faithful Oregon and Virginia. God, I hate Virginia.
Look, hindsight, it's not always 20/20 for me because I'm stupid, but
and blind.
And blind, yeah. We should have been all over on them. I would have wanted to go back and pick Virginia. Now thinking about this, especially because they just lost to Richmond. we should have known they would have at least maybe kept it a little close. But Virginia is Virginia.
What we missed by 7.
Right?
Yeah.
It was just 7?
No, we missed by 7. The spread was 25.
Yeah, we were close, but not as close as we needed. But
this is garbage games, anyways. This week,
and this commentary sucks because there wasn't much going on for these games.
No,
I'm sorry.
And Utah, BYU.
What's up?
Well, Utah, BYU.
Utah won by 1. It fucks. God damn. Yeah, that was. We didn't. It was a crappy slate, Brad.
I didn't watch a whole lot of football. I'm gonna be honest. I read a lot of box scores and read up today, but I'm sitting there like, oh god, this is painful. Let's
just cut ties with this week right now.
Well, I did want to. We had a game which I can't believe we didn't touch. That I do want to talk about was Arkansas's big OT win against TCU.
Yeah, that was a basketball game broke out, right?
Anytime you go to overtime, though, a basketball game's gonna break out.
I love Brett Bielema. Oh my goodness.
Is that just 100% sarcasm?
No, dude, I like him. I think it's funny that what I read yesterday, or I think we probably talked about it last week, after Jimbo Fisher beat Ole Miss, that Jimbo Fisher had more SEC wins than Brett Bielema did.
I did see that.
Oh my god, that was so funny. But no, I like him. I don't know. It's probably just because he's fat. He wears that belt. That belt with all the microphones on him, and it's just hysterical.
It must hurt him, like with all that fat just peeling over.
And his wife is pretty attractive.
I mean, at that stage of the game, you know.
That's an SEC. I run an SEC program.
Apparently, Muschamp and Kirby Smart all have just smoke show wives.
Muschamp and Kirby Smart look very similar. I don't know why. It's like that stupid SEC haircut they all have. There's Alabama quarterback haircuts for thinking that.
It's the frat boy Southern haircut here.
Right? That's the Auburn tie or the Alabama Tide with that wave shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, before we end last week's, I do want to mention, if Corny is listening out there, that Syracuse did get run up on 62-28. I'm surprised they scored 28
for a second. There was that 1 second.
And then they didn't.
And then that
Lamar Jackson runs for 200 yards on 21 carries. That's silly.
God, and this is setting up for Notre Dame to lose to Syracuse. You realize this now, right? This is all setting up for it.
What if it happens?
I leave Charlie's wedding.
You leave? Like, are you not going to come or?
Well, no, it's a night game. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
It's at MetLife, so it'll be a bunch of Syracuse fans.
Hey, the Irish travel well.
They do travel well, but this is just the mush that I am.
Oh man,
I would have owned him mentally earlier in life, but I didn't know him, and now he just owns me mentally.
Yeah.
So it's not a good way to go about things. But
well, hey, we got 2 weeks until that. You know, you can start sweating for that game.
That'll be a fun time. I'm really excited for Charlie's wedding.
Yeah, 250 people. We need to stop talking about other things.
Holy 250 people?
Yeah.
Could you make a list? How many people do you think you know that you can make a list of? I know like 30 people. And like 60% are family members.
I don't know, man. It's starting to get annoying how many people I know. And that's not sounding like cocky or like I have a lot of friends, but Laura and I just do way too much stuff on the weekends, and it's really annoying. Sometimes I wish I didn't know as many people as I do. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is terrible.
Hey, we can always cut that part.
I'm not going back.
This week, though, we've been blessed. Blessed again.
Very true. I think even better than week 1. Just because.
You can argue.
All right, we can argue. We've got Houston and Cincinnati tonight, which is.
That's my team.
Yeah, that's you're drinking the red Kool-Aid down in Houston.
The Cougar Kool-Aid. That's a scary game, though. That's a 7:30 in Cincinnati. Whenever I think of Cincinnati, I always think of that. What was that show? Not Cops. Campus PD. They'd always be at University of Cincinnati, like busting up like meth labs and house parties. So I don't like Houston that much, and I don't know about that. That scares me. Those people up in Cincy.
Every time I see Cincinnati, I think of that huge brawl in college basketball, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
involving them and someone else.
That's what I do. Yes, and that's a scary. I mean, Houston might not make it to the stadium tonight. They'll make it jump. You never know.
I think this. And when I look at Houston, I think of was it the Houston team that they played at the end of Friday Night Lights?
Dallas Carter.
Dallas Carter. They had red jerseys too.
Dallas Carter would. That was an SEC team. they were steamrolling teams. That's an SEC team.
Oh man. Well, what's
That's a good game to kick off tonight. No, I like that game. Obviously, I'm on the Cougs for that one.
You're on the Cougs. Okay.
The Kool-Aid has been drank.
I just want Cincinnati to win, like make it a game, make it fun.
Yeah, I just saw a stat they're 0-19 against the AP top 6. So
hey, I'm watching that too.
One time.
One time.
One time. That's all it takes.
I got to record that game because at 7, they're holding tryouts for third base on my softball team, so I got to lock it up.
I like it. So let's start with one game that I think is this has been a nice little seasonal early in the season treat. We got the Tide and the old Rebs. Who do you like? It's at Ole Miss. No game day though.
Which is crazy, but I don't think because I think
I don't mind it. I just hate that game day is going to a noon kick in Florida State, Louisville.
For most of you, well, for some of you that do know, I do like Nick Saban and I like Alabama. I do think going on ESPN's website for college football, it is all Alabama articles, which is great for me, but I can understand how it can get a little old. Alabama was game day. Wasn't a game day for week 1?
Alabama was, was that at USC? The USC game?
It was. Well, the USC was at ATM Stadium, Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's see what game was it? We probably had it up here. No, it was. Yeah, because the Sunday was Clemson Notre Dame, Texas.
Yeah.
And then, you might be right. You're probably right.
So.
No. Wisconsin LSU. It was at Lambeau Field.
Oh, okay. Well, LSU Alabama is going to get game day, and then I'm sure sometime Tennessee Alabama or something like that. So they're going to get a ton of game days. Because I was looking, I could have sworn this was going to be the night game again, but should be a good game. Alabama is favored by 10.5 points going into Ole Miss. I would say that as of right now, the only way that you're going to score points against Alabama is throwing the ball and throwing the ball downfield, and I think Chad Kelly can do that. Man, I hate this game, but I don't think Bama loses. I don't think Bama loses 3 in a row against an SEC team, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a little closer than 10 points. So I'm going to go take the points with Ole Miss.
Yeah, Brent's going Ole Miss. Yeah. So looking at this now. Think about this. This is I hate to say this, but this is must win, right? For Ole Miss, this must win.
Yeah, no. This is totally you are out of the playoff picture if you lose. 2 losses, I don't think get you in.
Yeah, I mean we're talking like fake punt going for it, everything there. I'm taking Ole Miss too. I think Alabama doesn't have. I mean, I'm not saying they can afford losing because they certainly can, but I just think this is the Hugh. I mean, he faked his own death. Hugh Freeze. He had a funeral for himself. He has to win. Like this is
he faked his own death.
This is why you have a funeral for yourself, so you can beat the number 1 team and then eventually lose the Egg Bowl to Mississippi State later in the season. But you beat them and you kept your job.
This is true.
Yeah, so I'm going Ole Miss because I just think they'll kill somebody if they have to win this game because it's must win.
I agree with you. But this is, I think, because after this, Alabama has some no-name, and then they get into the meat of their schedule in the SEC. This is the last game Alabama can lose because you're not getting into the playoff with a late loss, i.e. Ohio State last year. So Alabama can lose this game. So yeah, I'm going to take.
They certainly can.
It'll be interesting to see how the team responds, especially after how Lane Kiffin responds, especially after getting just emasculated on the sideline last weekend, which I love. That is probably top 3 favorite things of college football.
He just had an extension too, right?
I'm not sure if it's an extension. There are rumors that they're bringing in Steve Sarkisian.
Which is ridiculous.
Hey, Alabama has a ton of booze in that state.
It's so crazy they can have 3 big-time head coaches on their team.
But you could argue 3-time failure head coaches. Alabama failing at Miami, Lane Kiffin failing everywhere he went, and Steve Sarkisian drinking all the booze at USC. So
him showing up to that booster party is so funny. Showing up, ripping shots with the boosters.
I thought it was so strange. I was like, well, so what if you got a little tipsy? You know, like, guy likes to have a good time. And then it was like, he showed up to Sunday practice lit.
After sleeping in his office.
Yeah. Can't be doing that.
So next we head up to South Bend. We got Michigan State's getting 7.5 against Notre Dame.
Hold on, let me find my notes. Hold on. Love this game. I think it's Michigan State had a bye last week, which is absolutely crazy that a team in week 2 has a bye. But coming into South Bend, man, I don't think Michigan State has the team. I think the Irish got focused, and I think the Irish win and win big. I'm going to eat the points and take Notre Dame. I think Chip Kelly, i.e. Brian Kelly, has got the ship pointed in the right direction. Granted, it's Notre Dame, so they're going to make some errors.
Yeah, I think actually, if I was a Michigan State fan, I'd be pissed that I'm not playing a team week 2, especially playing Furman week 1.
Yeah,
it's stupid. I guess it'd be one thing if you're coming in and Bama took that time off for against USC or someone that.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, as a Michigan State fan, you have no idea what kind of product you have.
You don't. So even after not a strong showing with in that first game. It was not impressive. But then again, you have 2 weeks to kind of figure out what you had and mistakes you made and all that good stuff.
Antonio can hopefully mold this team. And you get some young guys though that haven't, I guess, played a true college football game yet. Prime time. You're gonna get some timid kids. So I'm definitely taking Notre Dame. With Deshaun Kaiser just being named the starter too, that's his offense.
Yeah.
Boy, that kid is electric. He is really good.
He is the quarterback whisperer.
Yeah, hey. So he's gonna. I'm excited.
What are you saying here, Deegan?
Notre Dame. I'm taking them. I'm not taking them as big as you are. I think they get by 10.
So
I think it's 7. I think it's 17 for a while, and then Michigan State's about gets a score late.
So you're going to eat the points as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that reaffirms the fact that you are a Notre Dame fan. What do we got next?
Hold on, Brad. Mm-hmm. 15 minutes. Sorry.
Mom, the meatloaf.
Yes, mom fajitas. So now moving to game day, the noon kick. LSU or Louisville. I said LSU, then Louisiana. I don't know what I'm talking about. Louisville is hosting the Noles. We got kind of a coin flip right now.
Yes,
FSU.
FSU favorite 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
So a field goal in Papa John's Cardinal Stadium.
The Papa John drunk Final Four picture. That's a great picture.
Going to be a high-scoring game. At least that's what the over/under is. 68. Yeah, I think Florida State comes out firing, and they just overwhelm Louisville. I think they run them out of their own stadium, Papa John's Cardinal Stadium, and I think they win big.
Yeah. Once again, I'm trying to find a way to disagree with you. I've been trying to rattle around my head how I think.
I just think.
That kid's good. That kid can play no matter what. But I just think that they need more. I don't think they can stop Dalvin Cook, and Francois is just going to get better each and every throw he makes.
Yeah.
And that defense is.
Could they pull Florida State and just not show up for the first half and then make a miraculous comeback? Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
And would I love to see Louisville make it interesting in the ACC? Absolutely. I'm pulling for Louisville to win. But I think Florida State's got the better ponies.
They better ponies, and I think that they have the defensive capabilities of making Louisville completely one-dimensional and make them beat them on the run, which Florida State will probably stop.
Yeah, having better athletes helps with that.
There is something always saying that in that 11 a.m. kick for Florida State. Hour earlier.
It is really weird, the scheduling of this thing. We got a weird schedule this weekend.
It was almost like this should have been a noon kick, and then game day realized, holy shit, they're actually kind of good.
Yeah.
Let's make a quick stop here.
I would agree with you.
We'll see, though. Anytime you can get a chance to go to the Grove and watch a college game day from there, I would always be down. But hey, we'll mix it up.
We'll mix it up.
Yeah.
I just want to see some more statistics about this.
While you're looking, we'll bring up your two games that you added that you wanted part of to pick them. We got Ohio State traveling to Norman. Buckeyes are 2 point favorites. I will start because you've gone the last three.
All right.
This is our second must win of our picks, right?
For Oklahoma, if they don't,
this is must win.
This is it.
But it's
in Memorial Stadium, Norman Memorial Stadium, you got to win. 2 losses, and to be honest, who's coming out of the Big 12 that who's going to get represented if Oklahoma doesn't win? TCU just got beat by Arkansas. Am I just being dumb and forgetting a team that's really good? Baylor's good, just not at football. They're good at other things. I think, again, without Art Riles, I think Baylor is going to run into at least 2 teams that can beat them, and again, another 2-loss team. Oklahoma doesn't get it done. I think they're out of it. And I think if Ohio State doesn't win, I think they're out of it too. Granted, they'll have one loss at the time, but I think they're losing one at the end of the season to either Michigan State or Michigan. I don't think they're all at the end of the season for them. And then probably Wisconsin in the championship game, which, Wisconsin's got a team. So, Ohio State's had problems showing up every week and playing well. So I think it's kind of a must-win for both teams. I don't think Ohio State goes unscathed towards the end of the season. As you saw last year where they forgot Ezekiel Elliott was on the team. And
that still pains me.
Yeah, so Ohio State's coming in favored by 1.5 points.
Yep.
Oklahoma. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm going to take Ohio State to cover.
Yeah, big game Bob Stoops. We all know him.
Yeah, we all.
Bob's not sure. 7:30. I think it's 7:30. This is the Fox game.
7:30. Yeah.
For some reason, I always feel that Big 12 teams win when it's on Fox. Might be a conspiracy. I'm a conspiracy theory guy, so.
I think that's Pac-12, but.
No. There's some Fox Big 12 games. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I could have made that up also. So.
Good stuff.
No, I digress. Though. No, I think Ohio State just does what Ohio State does, and they take advantage of an Oklahoma team who's not too sure what's going on right now.
I would agree with you on that. I heard something in the car today, or read something saying that JT Barrett is. Somebody said, wrote this, that JT Barrett is easily the best quarterback in college football, and I about ran my car off the road. So irate. Would you agree with that statement?
No. I look at either Deshaun Watson or it's Deshaun Watson, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Deshaun Kaiser. That's weird. They both have the same first name. I'm just realizing this now. Both of them. And you know who else is a pretty good quarterback is what's his name?
Check.
Swag Kelly. I like Swag Kelly.
Swag Kelly. You are correct in saying Swag Kelly.
I think that's and we can't forget Brandon Harris at LSU, right? He's the best quarterback in the country.
You can't suck for 3 years straight. My favorite line out of this year. Yes, you can.
Trust me, you can be really bad at your job for 3 years. Take it from two guys right now that we know what we're talking about with sucking at our jobs.
Yeah, so I don't even think.
Brad, right now we are 4 for 4 with the same picks.
I'm just trying to get
the final game, which is a little tricky one. I think we're going to disagree here. A&M at Auburn. Auburn 3.5 favorites. So coin flip again.
I put this one in here for those of you listening. Dugan was, made the 3 obvious picks to cover those 3 games, and then obviously I want to do Ohio State, Oklahoma, big time game. This for our final pick, and maybe going forward, maybe our 5th pick is just like a really interesting game. I think for both teams, this is a must-win for each coach. I think if Texas A&M goes into Auburn and lays an egg, and Auburn, which I think has a decent team, wins, I think Kevin Sumlin is in trouble because the schedule does not get any easier. And if you have a 2 or 3 loss season and you lose to Alabama, you lose to a Tennessee or maybe an LSU down the road, I think you're gone. Same thing going on in Auburn. You've already lost 1 game this season. Your program is heading in the wrong direction. This is a statement game for you heading into conference play, and you need to start off going 1-0.
Definitely. that's you definitely hit on the head. I mean, that team is once again. I mean, this is the first week we talked about it, Brad. I was big on they were my sleeper. They can play defense to anybody.
Auburn? Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think they came out and punched Clemson right in the mouth.
Yeah, they sure is. I mean, it's just that they run a high school offense, which is they really do run a high. No, and this is coming from a guy who's never even played a down of football in his life. Their offense sucks.
Yeah, and
it's just get Keenan Reynolds and run the triple option. If why don't you?
Yeah.
I really want to pick Auburn here, but
so do I.
I really want to pick Auburn, but I just don't think Auburn can score with A&M.
I agree with you. Trevor Knight at A&M, coming off a pretty good game over just silly stats, and they what's that kid's name at receiver? Christian. Look it up. Kirk. Yeah, he's having a pretty good season. So yeah, I think Texas A&M goes in and covers the 3.5. I hate picking Texas A&M because
feast or famine.
Yeah, I got to go with the smart pick, even though my heart tells me Auburn makes a statement and just kind of shakes things up in the SEC West. I think Texas A&M has the better team and better coaching.
The SEC is so much better when the Iron Bowl is decides
a decent game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
was it 3 years ago? The kick six.
The kick six. Oh man, I was talking about that with my friends this weekend because I was with two of the guys that were at the house when I watched that, and they both weren't watching. So whenever I tell that story, it's just me telling them how much of a loser I am, and I ran around the house by myself. I'm not do you believe in miracles? Unbelievable.
He lined up. I was sitting there with Corny. He lined up for that kick, and he sent he sent no one out there for coverage. And I'm like, this kid sucks at kicking field goals from distance. What are you doing? They're going to try to run it back. And the look on Nick Saban's face just said, I'm going to win it. I'm going to win it right here. The look on his face almost said, I might lose this game if he comes up short. So, people listening are probably like, that's horse shit. But, so yeah, I'm going to pick Texas A&M to win and cover.
We have the same exact picks. So, boy, you know what the listenership really needs us to go for 5. I think that would be perfect.
The what?
Our listenership really needs us to miss every pick.
I'm just trying to get above 500 here.
I mean, yeah. I should just pick everything you do so I can finish ahead of you at the end of the year.
That would be really good.
That really is. So,
should we just...
let's roll to the Final Four.
Well, no. Well, let's USC at Stanford. Who do you got?
I'm surprised USC is showing up.
Stanford's favored by 8.5 points. Your only assumption is that you're going to eat the points and take Stanford.
I'm just eating points this entire season.
I will pick USC just to give our listeners something. All 8 of them to get them something to get the fans riled up. All right, let's go to the Final Four, and then
I have zero movement in mind.
So what's yours again?
Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and the Cougars.
The Cougars.
We should have filmed this podcast after the 7:30 game, so I can change it if they lose.
Yeah,
but
I'm going with same Alabama, Clemson. I think they get their ship straightened up and headed in the right direction. I've said that twice now. And then I've got Ohio State coming out, beating Michigan at the end of the year. And then Stanford, I think, takes control of the Pac-12, loses one game, and wins the Pac-12 championship. I thought Stanford had a better team than Michigan State going into last year, but what was me? We'll get
quick sidebar. How ridiculous is it that Michigan's first 5 games are at home? That's ridiculous.
I hate Jim Harbaugh and everything. Did you hear? So I heard, and this will be it. And we can part ways after this. But Jim Harbaugh was playing Hawaii last week. 40-point, or no, their first week was playing Hawaii their first week. Now Hawaii already played because they played Cal over in Australia. So Michigan already had game tape of Hawaii. Hawaii sends Jim Harbaugh an email saying, "Hey, you have game tape of us. We've played.
Some practice tape.
Can we just get some practice tape or scrimmage tape?" And Jim, no. You're 40-point favorites.
See, why I think it's outrageous is because if it was literally the shoe on the other foot, Jim Harbaugh would make a big statement about it, and he would have beat Hawaii by a trillion points.
It's ridiculous. So I was listening to the radio the other day. Somebody who worked, the situation happened again, and but this time Jim was actually asking for the game film, and he was like, "Hey, we have all your game film except for this game. Can you send us that game film?" And obviously, you have some student assistant or something like that handles that. So they're like, "Yeah, I can totally do that for you." So this is on a Tuesday. On Wednesday, he sends him the wrong tape, and Jim doesn't realize it until Thursday. Calls up the guy and goes, "Hey, you sent me the wrong tape." He goes, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll fix that right away. And then sends him the wrong game tape purposely again. And
love it.
They show up on Saturday, and they're obviously doing warm-ups on either side of the field, and the kid's out there, and he's just trying to avoid Jim as much as possible. And Jim goes up to their head coach and it's like, "Hey, where's your student assistant? I want to talk to him." And he's like, "Oh, he's right over there." And he calls him over, and he's like, Jim looks him in the eye and goes, I don't like or appreciate what you just did, but goddamn it, do I respect it." He shook his hand and turned and walked away. Wow,
God, he's a WWF character. What a heel turn. Oh, I was going to get so mad at you when he said he would have beat the hell out of that kid. But
he just said, "I would have done the same thing."
He keeps you coming back for more. That's why he's so much better than Dabo Swinney, because Dabo would have done some stupid fucking dance move for the kid and put it on Instagram or something. But Jim that's a football guy.
Dabo would have given him a scholarship to Clemson to be the towel boy and just given him an upgrade. Just been you could be the super
that whip nay dance or whatever it is.
I hate that. We're ending on that. I hate that.
There it is. Well, hey, you go win that. You go win that third baseman battle.
I know. I gotta showing up late. Already losing points here, but
hey, quick question. You had Michigan at your Final Four, right? Or who's your fourth?
Ohio State, Stanford, Clemson, Alabama.
Stanford. There it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Brad. You have fun. Be safe now.
Will do.
Take care.
You too.